Hello viewer, my name is BrickLink, and have you heard of the LEGO Ninjago Trading Card Game? I'm sure you have at this point, since it's been getting a lot more attention recently, especially by American LEGO YouTubers. But just in case you haven't heard of it before, here's the basic rundown. These cards are produced by a German company named Blue Ocean. You probably know them for making the Ninjago magazines, but they also make a variety of other Ninjago related products, as well as these same products, but for other LEGO themes. Ever since Blue Ocean started making these cards back in 2016, they've made literally thousands of them that you can either collect or use to play a game. Something you probably heard about these cards before is that they only sell them in Germany, but that's actually completely wrong. In reality, these cards are sold all over Europe. But sadly, as anyone watching from the UK or who is already familiar with these cards will probably know, is that they stopped selling them in the UK after Series 3, which is the one that mainly surrounded Sons of Garmadon, but also had cards based on Day of the Departed, Hands of Time, and the LEGO Ninjago movie. Since they haven't made these cards for the UK since 2018, and the cards never made their way to North America to begin with, they sadly don't make English cards anymore. Wait a minute. Is this card in English? Well, this card is based on Dragons Rising Season 1 and part of Series 9 of the Ninjago Trading Card Game, the same with the rest of these. But Blue Ocean stopped making English cards years before Dragons Rising was even announced. What's going on here? Well, Blue Ocean may have stopped selling Ninjago cards in the UK, but they never actually stopped producing and selling English cards in other countries. Take a look at these. Here's an English card from Series 5, released around 2020, another from Series 6, released in 2021, one from Series 6 Next Level, also released in 2021, one from Series 7, released in 2022, and finally one from Series 8, released in 2023. You might be wondering, if I couldn't have gotten these cards from the UK, where did I purchase these cards from? Personally, I got my English cards while visiting Hungary. Here's an example of card packaging with Hungarian words on it if you need proof. Hungary isn't the only country that sells English cards though, with them also being available in Czechia, as you can see on this Czech website. On top of those two countries, I also heard that Sweden and Slovakia get English cards too, but I haven't been able to find any concrete evidence that English cards are sold in either of those countries. Other than the fact that the Czech website I mentioned before offers shipping to Slovakia on top of Czechia. If you can confirm that English cards are sold in Sweden, Slovakia, or maybe even another country that I haven't mentioned in this video, feel free to share it with us in the comments. Now, since you clicked on this video to begin with, you would probably like to know how you can get these cards. The most obvious way to get them is just, well, go to Europe. As I went over before, English cards are sold in Czechia and Hungary, and I heard they can be found in Sweden and Slovakia as well. If you don't care about them being in English, then you can also find French ones in France, German ones in Germany, and so on and so on. You should be able to find them at most stores, often in the magazine section, but when I went to Hungary, I was able to find them at Auchan, Tesco, and Inmedio stores. But before you buy your plane ticket to France, it's worth noting that some cards just don't exist in different versions of the game, although these are only for the limited edition or LE cards from what I could find. For example, the Hungarian version of the game is missing quite a few of the limited edition cards in Series 9 when compared to the German version. If you just want to collect every single card and not play the game, then I'd suggest going with the German version, because that's probably the version that actually has every single card, because Blue Ocean is a German company after all, so I would guess that the German version is likely the original one, with the other versions being translations and missing cards. Furthermore, some translations of the game are missing entire series and are behind on the series numbering. For example, the German and Hungarian versions list the Dragons Rising Season 1 series as Series 9, but the French version lists it as Series 7. After looking into it, I think this is because France didn't get Series 3 and 4, since Series 5 in the French version is listed as Series 3, and I was able to find evidence of Series 1 and 2 existing in the French version. So if you intend on collecting every single card, or just from a specific series, keep in mind that the series might not exist depending on the version. If you're committed to getting the English cards without going to Europe, then you could order the cards from one of these websites to an address in one of the countries that they offer shipping to, then have that package forwarded by a package forwarding service or by someone you know who lives in said country to your address wherever you live. This is the best way that I could think of for getting the English cards, but another option is to go to BrickLink. I have seen some English cards go for sale on BrickLink, but only individual ones. Although it is possible for someone to sell sealed booster packs on there, I haven't seen any, so ordering the cards then forwarding them is still a better option in my opinion. But I thought I'd still mention this method since it is technically a way that you can get the English versions without going to Europe. eBay is also an option for getting English cards, but I haven't seen any English cards past Series 3 go for sale on there. There are a high abundance of cards from other series on there though, except they're in other random languages. Mostly in German, but I've seen other language versions go for sale on there as well. Amazon is basically the same, except it's only the German and English versions from what I could find, which could further vary depending on what country's Amazon you're ordering from. Like on eBay, I haven't seen any English cards past Series 3 go for sale on there, but it is possible for someone to put some up for sale. If you do decide to order from Amazon, keep in mind that the prices on there can be completely ridiculous sometimes, so be careful not to overpay for something that isn't actually worth that much money. If you want to get your cards firsthand though, you could always order from Stickerpoint.net or one of their other websites like Stickerpoint.de, Stickerpoint.pl, or others. This website offers shipping to a whole bunch of European countries, including the UK, as well as Canada, although the Canadian shipping price is a bit hard to look at. This is a German company, so all of the cards ordered from here will be in German as far as I'm aware. But beware, although majority of the online reviews for this website are overwhelmingly positive, I've come across multiple reviews from people claiming that their purchased items were resealed and missing card packs. Stickerpoint responded to some of these claims, insisting that they were false, but still keep them in mind if you're planning to buy from this website, and maybe do some of your own research regarding this site just to be safe. Personally, after seeing those negative reviews, I wouldn't order from here myself, but I thought I'd mention this site anyway since the majority of the reviews were insanely positive, and they do offer shipping to the UK and Canada. Now that I've gone over all those methods, I would just like to point out that the only ways I've actually gotten my cards is from buying them at various stores in Hungary, as well as having a family member order some off of this website for me that I was kindly gifted while I was visiting the country. I have not used any of the other methods that I listed, so I can't guarantee that they're all that great. I listed them because I know a lot of people would love to get their hands on these cards, but just don't know where or how to get them. So basically, be careful and order at your own risk. That's all for the video. If there's any vital information that I didn't mention during this video, feel free to share a comment below to let us all know. And with that, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.